Not worse. This phone used to be Old Faithful. This one always worked. I dug this one out of the depths. Please let this sound okay. Please let the volume work better on this one. Please. Please let this work better. It still says we're waiting on me. Or we're on quite a delay here. There we go. Better?
Or we're on quite a delay.
Oh my lord, y'all. This is it.
Better? Oh my lord, y'all.
Oh, this makes me feel so much better to know that this one works. Okay, well, in that case, then in this one, we'll go to our YouTube studio, go into content, live in progress, then we'll remove test number 2 from this and save, and we're just gonna run with this one. This sounds fine, right? It still sounds fine. Somebody talk to me if we're in here.
Somebody talk to me if we're in here.
It sounds good to me. All right. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. So this we bring in here. Now I don't need all of these USB cables. Hold everything, guys. Hold everything, guys. So what I'm going to do is actually clip this on the front of this and put you guys right here. Hold everything. Bam. So you guys will get this. But actually, you know what? Let me get... Hold tight, everybody. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. I'll be right back. Explain to everyone who comes... by the way, hold on a second. Let me do this. Where is mine? I probably need to bring it up a little bit and down, right? Does that sound... that seems fine, maybe? No, this is just my... So you won't be able to... Can you see the... Where's my phone? Let me see what angle we were going to work with here. Because you guys can hear fine from over there, right? That one will work, right? That angle kind of works. And then we can take this battery pack, plug it in up here, and we'll monitor the sound from that to make sure the battery pack doesn't parse the audio. So that it doesn't harsh the audio from that. That's good to know. But it has frozen. Is there a notification here? Oh, there it is. Hold on. Better now though, right? No lagging here. All right, now I've got you guys on the chat here. All right, I'll be right back. I'll be in with a chat with you. Actually, I'm not gone yet. I had to get this. See, this is like getting the band back together, you know what I mean? I used to stream on Twitch. And when I streamed on Twitch, oh shit, I still have the audio on here. I was listening to it. There we go. By the way, what's up, Jason? What's up, Pooter? I'm gonna get to cooking in a second. And once I get we can so here we go. Come around the light. And bam. We got that. We got that. So, all right. For now, where's my phone? Over here. To keep an eye on the chat. So first, this is going to take a bit of prep and quite some time to do. So, I think it's obvious that we start with the onions. Uh-oh. We lost an onion. We got one onion, one whole onion. Let's do the biggest onion if we're only doing one. What do you think, guys? One onion or two? All right. What do we decide on? One onion or two? One is fun, I guess. We could do that. So I'm making I'm going to do 1.5 onions because I'm making a large portion of this stuff. I'm going to need rice. We're going to need rice. By the way, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment for the algorithm and make sure to click the little bell after you subscribe so that you'll be notified when I go live. And like the video, please. It doesn't take any of your time and it doesn't take any effort and it really helps me out a lot. Thank you for doing that. So first we will have beef sausage, beef smoked sausage. I'm using the Hill Country Fare type. And I use Mahatma extra long enriched rice. America's favorite rice. I believe it's the truth. So we got that there. We got our smoked sausage. That's a lot of smoked sausage. I wonder if I'm going to use both of them. I may as well though, right? I got room. And this is going to be a hearty, meaty dish because I have plenty of chicken as well. So yeah, let's see. First things first. Cutting board. All right, and then I'm going to get you guys situated nicely here. Let's see if I can this. Swoop you around. Whoa, don't get dizzy. Don't get dizzy, guys. And that way, the cable is out of the way. So I will... How's that? How's that for an angle? Is that all right? Is that a good cooking angle? Cutting angle? That works there, right? All right, so this pan is where these onions are going to go. And, yep, let's just do it. We'll talk about it later when I have more time and I'm not focused on other things. But guys, tonight's secret show was the greatest secret show I've ever been a part of. And let's just say I got to see a comedian go up tonight that when I heard them say this comedian's name, and Ari Shaffir was the one to bring him up, the Sunset Strip got louder than it's ever gotten before. At least louder than I've ever heard it. Man, let's just say that I got to see a bucket list comedian tonight, y'all. You know what? I'm going to take this little outer peel off of this guy too, just because it doesn't. This looks better. And then we'll take half of this guy. But yeah, it was a crazy, crazy night. And I mean, I guess I could say, but I think you guys probably figured already who it might be. And all I'm saying is if you're guessing, one of the baddest motherfuckers on earth, you're guessing correctly. So. Then bam, this guy comes back in here and gets to live another day in the refrigerator. What I would normally do is fry up a little bacon in this. Oh, did we lose you? Or what's going on here? Are we still, is it still going? Or did my phone just freeze up? I think my phone might have froze up. Somebody tell me, are we still going? Stream's good? Stream's good? Okay. So long as that's the case, I'm just making sure that my phone's working properly. So yeah, what I was saying is, normally what I would do is fry up some bacon. But luckily for us all, your boy don't throw away that bacon grease. So I got a pretty good bit of bacon grease in here. And keep in mind that this is going to be a huge dish and I'm just making a part of it. So I'm getting a chunk of bacon grease and going straight in the pan with that. but also I want to brown these onions and sweeten them up a little bit. So I'm doing butter as well. Now, this is the moment in the video where most people would say, hey bud, how about make it a little more healthy. Look, I gotta tell you guys something. If you're here for healthy cooking, go somewhere else. That's not what we do here. I want things to taste delicious. That's how I was raised. Sorry that I'm from the South. I cannot make not delicious food. And unfortunately, delicious food takes butter and bacon grease sometimes. Just a little, letting you know there. So we got some butter. We'll take that. This little sliver off the top. And this bit of butter. So we're going in there with this. And I'm going to go ahead and get this on the stove hot. And honestly, I'm going to be moving that, moving it on the burner in a second, but I'm going to get that hot while these onions just to say that tonight I got to hang out with one of the coolest people on planet Earth, and be with him for a second in a low-key spot. All right, onions ready. So once this starts coming together a little bit, honestly, I need to get the cast iron out and ready too, because I got to do that chicken again. By the way, a good clean cast iron is the way to go in anything, but the chicken's going to go in this. And honestly, we're going to go ahead and get that hot too. And the chicken, we're just putting olive oil down. We're going to let all of the flavor be with the sausage and the onions here, because that's also going in with the chicken later. But for the chicken, hitting the pan with some olive oil, and I got the onions ready, the butter and the the butter and the bacon grease are coming together over there nicely. So we are going to chop and chop. And these two guys can split like this. Oh boy. The sausage skin's a little hard to get through. Coins, these are called. Cutting these into coins. Bam, bam. So that, we are going to use both of these. And that looks like it's ready for some onions and some sausage. So we're going to get this in there quick. Bam, bam. Hear it crackling over there. Those two are a little chunky, that's fine. These don't have to be perfect. I mean, they're gonna cook a lot. Like these onions are going to reduce in that butter and bacon grease mixture. So everything here is gonna reduce. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. I'll bring you guys, oh boy, right here. Hang on. Is that all right? See what we're working with here now? Let's back you up a little bit. And this is already getting hot back here too. Is that all right? I gotta... Here's what we're going with, is we're gonna hit the onions in there. And then, you know what? We'll let the onions cook for a second before we go in with the sausage. We'll leave the sausage here. So this recipe usually calls for like a whole chicken. But we're not doing that. We're going to break these onions apart, and I'm going to show you what we're doing with them. We're not going to hit them with salt and pepper yet. We're going to do that once everything's in here all together. That way you don't end up with a big old salt bomb, you know. If you drop one like that, throw it back in. This pan's gonna get hot enough to cook off anything it might have picked up over there. And not to brag, but we kind of keep the kitchen pretty clean around here. Me and the boys use it. Okay. This fan might be a little annoying, but it's necessary, and I apologize for that you're right next to it. But we're only gonna be over here for a little bit because this cast iron is hot enough for some chicken already, so we need to get some chicken put on it. And now that the onions are all separated, we're just going to throw this in here now. Use the cutting board to place the chicken out. And honestly, I'm going to take a little bit of the heat off of this. And another thing I'm going to do is we got us a little minced garlic we're going to dump in here. Oh, not that much. Maybe like that much, or that much. There we go. Get everything in here acquainted. Bring the heat down on this cast iron a little bit because I can feel it getting hot, and we're not ready to put the chicken in it quite yet. You know, We're just learning how to cook together. Just like good old boys. Oh boy. Guys, this smells incredible. Now, we wash our sausage hand and be right back. And then, while that's happening, I'm building a nice char on the bottom of this pan. You'll see what we'll do with that later. Let's come back over here. Let's come back over here. To this spot. Oh yeah, we let the baby pan sit there because we don't think any less of it nor judge it for being small in stature. There we go. So now we got chicken breast. This bag always keep, and honestly, I keep it in there like this and just do this thing right here. One side and then the other side, and just slide this thing back like this, right into this bag, you see? And this is where your trash is gonna go. So we got one side of the chicken. I don't know if we can fit all of this into cast iron, but we're gonna try. So we got our chicken. Hit it with the fresh cracked first. We're gonna keep it simple. And then the pink salt. And I want this to stay in the meat. So I'm gonna just press it in there with my hand that I'm about to wash. Immediately. That's the thing with cooking. You gotta wash your hand. You gotta wash your hands often. By the way, this video, I'm stirring the onions and sausages now. Oh, we lost the sausage. Stirred too hard. The sausage is trying to hide. Let it hide. I normally wash that off and throw it back in the pan, but we in front of company. So, anyhow. So this is how the chicken's gonna go. You guys will get to come over here to see the chicken. Oh boy. So this chicken, this pan is hot, so we're going straight in with it, y'all. Just salt and pepper. Hear that? And dude, like a fucking glove, y'all. Bam. And we got enough room. We got some space in there. There we go. And then, like I said, this bag comes right back up, and all your mess is contained. So this chicken's gonna scream for a second because it's in this super hot pan, but it's gonna cool the pan down. Now if the hands are clean, get the other side. The pan being that hot, got a nice crust instantly built on the chicken. On the other side, you can see, instantly. So what I want this to do, I want my crispiness to come from these, because it's all gonna be in like a rice pilaf, almost like a perlo, like I've explained before. And by the way, I don't cook chicken bog in the traditional way like everybody else does. And almost, with all this chicken, I almost feel like I need the other half of that onion, but it's too late now to throw it in here, because this is going to cook all the way down. That'll be fine though. It'll be all right. I'm going to let this cook for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to throw the lid on it. Let it cook for a couple more minutes on that first side, and then give it a flip. This one right here got hit good right off the gate. Oh, so let's go ahead and give that one a turn. It's smaller than the other one, and it's in the hottest spot on the pan. I'm gonna go for it. So you notice, like, I don't know, you can probably still hear it. This pan's screaming a little bit, but not like excessively like it was, because you've had enough time to, both the chicken and the pan have gotten to a similar temperature already. And I hear you, let it cook, but I'm gonna be honest, I do shit a little different. So twisting it around to get the other side of the chicken to the hot part of the pan. And don't worry about any of this raw part touching the cooked part. It's all gonna get, we're gonna tear all of this apart and pull it off. So this will eventually be pulled chicken. So we're not eating a whole chicken breast traditionally, like. All right. Now, this sausage and these onions are gonna make a fucking beautiful, guys, it smells incredible in here. They're gonna make a beautiful little flavor bomb. The fat and the sausage is gonna come together with these onions. They're gonna caramelize real nicely once they get like pretty much to where they're almost transparent or falling apart, and they're almost there now. Like, they'll break apart even with this wooden spoon here. But dude, they're gonna be almost gone by the time they get to where we want them to get, you know? Now, this middle part is the hottest part in the pan. So this little guy, that'll give us enough time to come over here. And I think we're done with the cutting board for now. And the knife. So, well, you know what? We'll put the rest of this bacon grease in here. A little bit off the spoon there. And I think we're done with the cutting board too. Also these sausage wrappers. So I do my rice the same way our ancestors did it before us and their ancestors before them, in the rice cooker. I'm gonna undo this puzzle that got put onto it. See, what it is they really want you to want your rice. So by the time you get the rice cooker open, you've earned it, you know? So anyway, let's give you over here. How about it? For a second. Yeah, that's close enough. Yeah, we're gonna check on the chicken here. And let's go ahead and get this stuff that we don't need anymore washed and clean. The trick is to clean while you cook. Trying to concentrate while I'm holding the blade part of this knife because I've chopped the end of my finger off anymore. I've chopped the end of my finger off once and I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that again. Knife back in its sharpening holster. Now, cutting board. But yeah, if you clean while you cook, when you get done, you can eat. I remember one of the things I hated about my mother, one of the many things I hated about my birth mother, was that after dinner was done, she would always be at the sink cleaning while we ate. She didn't want to eat. She didn't want to eat with us. I just remember it being like a thing. Just, so I like to clean as I go. Oh shit. Not losing any flavor today of onions. Not unless it hits the floor, you know. Alright, so I've rotated the chicken. I haven't flipped it yet. But we have rotated it. So that being said, I checked the chicken on the underside to see what part of it was looking crispy and which was looking less done, because the cast iron has hot spots unless it on these types of stoves. They don't have like the well dispersed heat like a propane stove would give it. And it's too windy outside in Austin. It's always too windy to be cooking on the side burner on the grill. But what we're gonna do is leave it alone for a minute and focus on the rice here for a second and let all the flavor come together over there. So yeah, now we're gonna be messing with rice. So I've got my rice cooker here. We have this little tray, you can steam stuff in it if you like, but I don't like to do that. Sometimes I do, and it's not bad. But a little bit of leftover Wawa in here from last time. Usually gets caked up inside here in this little guy, this little ring in here. So anyway, we're gonna do 4 cups of rice, give or take. It's about 2 cups, and that's about 2 cups. Perfect. So there's the rice. Now we're going to wash the rice after we check on the chicken. Now I gotta show you guys. With the light on it, you see down there on the bottom of the pan, we're starting to get some color because the onions are starting to stick to it. That's what we want, and that's the flavor we want to render on the bottom of the pan. Because what we're going to do with this later is we're going to add some water to this. And that's going to help us get even more of that flavor out and into the rice. And we're also, instead of using water to cook the rice, we're going to use chicken broth as well. So let's come over here again. And I'm just going to hear it at the sink. Actually, I'll give you guys a better view of this, what I'm doing. This is more important than that, than me. All right, hands. Always be washing your hands. Anyway, so we leave that water running, and then we get our rice in there. We get a good bit of water in the rice. Swirl it around nice. Once all the rice is covered, take your finger and just swirl that shit around. When it gets about halfway full, you dump that water. See how cloudy that water is coming out? I don't know if you can tell. So you're getting just water and then a couple grains of rice. That means let's do it again. This gets rid of any unwanted like bleach or any kind of like bullshit that might be on the rice. Because you'll notice like this water is like super milky. Dump slowly until we see more than just a couple of grains of rice. And yes, I do have a disposal, but I also have a strainer in the bottom of this. And I hear this chicken crying. We're going to flip the chicken. Alright, chicken is flipped. Now let's do rice. This is our third wash. I would say once you get to about the third or fourth wash, that's usually good enough. This time I'm going a little bit more using my hand to keep it in there. And then we wash it one last time. Pretty much you want to wash your rice until it can be covered in water and you can still clearly see the rice without any of that cloudy water in it, you know. It's honestly still a little bit more cloudy than I want it to be, so I'm going to go one more run with it. Guys, it smells incredible in here. You get a little bit of that char from leaving it in a little too long. I love that taste, like just the extra burn. think the rice is washed enough now. I was pouring it the other way to show you guys, but normally you would do this towards you like this. You just slowly lift it up because the rice kind of clumps up in the bottom a little bit. And the water just runs out clear and it just creeps up to the edge little by little, kind of like sand. And you're going to lose a little bit, that's fine. Got it? Bam. So now that we're getting to the char that we want, I brought the heat down on the sausage and onions. The chicken has been flipped. I'm going to let it do its thing for a little bit longer. It's got a lot of moisture in it. We want to cook. We want the moisture to come out into the pan. I'm going to open this door for you. And now, we got some chicken stock. That's what's going to go in here. So for this, just using chicken stock, we used 4 cups of rice. This is 4 cups in here. 4 cups of chicken stock. So I'm going to go up the sides a little bit and get all the rice off the sides. And then we just go all the way in just like that. The whole box of stock. Cook your rice in chicken stock, give it a little extra flavor. And then you just give it a little twist like this. It disperses it all kind of like, and shakes it up and kind of levels it out a little bit. Swirl it some, it'll level itself out. And then since it's a lot of rice, we're not doing any salt or anything in it. Actually, chicken stock. I'm going to hit it with a little salt. And because it's a lot of rice, we're going to go ahead and start that process right now. So what's really going to happen is after, so that's enough for over here. Let's come over this way. So what's really going to happen is a little bit down, a little bit over, it'll be all right. So now that rice is doing its thing, and I mean, look at the color on the bottom of this pan. That's really what we want. I really wanted that. And also the chicken's starting to come together over here. This little piece has gotten really crispy on this part. Just keep rotating it down here. All of this stuff is going to get pulled apart. Like I said, it'll be pulled chicken by the end of it, and I'm going to be adding water to this because I want it to moisten up and really cook in its own steam. But when I flipped it over, I saw the moisture in here from the other side that was trapped from getting out of this because it seared so nicely when we put it down to start with. So that moisture got out of it. But we want to keep the chicken moist, and we are going to be adding water to it. But I'm going to run the water in here first in this pan to season the water with all of the shit on the bottom of this pan and use some of that flavor to put into the chicken. But I think enough of the moisture is cooked out. I want to keep that, so I'm going to put that there with my little pot holder, handle holder. Leave that just like that. My grandma used to always leave little balled up paper towels all over the place, and it's for stuff like this. Catch this backsplash here. Same over here. Clean as you go, you know? There's no rules of this thing, but I've found that helps. There. Now, the hot spots change on these pants. I'm gonna slide it around like that to move the hot spots some. Use those balled up paper towels you'll leave sitting around for little stuff like that. Yeah, that's getting good right there. You see what I mean about the onions? You can hardly see the onions now. They've literally reduced to hardly nothing. But they have released so much flavor into these little sausage coins. And we have charred these up so nicely. They've crisped up nicely. That's what you want, folks. And I'm gonna let this do its thing on this low heat that it's on right now for a bit longer. Rice is going, chicken's going, sausage and the onions are almost perfect. I kind of want to keep the crisp on them, so I might pull this soon and put it into a bowl. Speaking of a bowl, I tell you what we can do right now. The house ain't gonna burn down in two minutes. Let's go hit one of them hitters. Y'all want to hit one of them hitters? Y'all doing all right out here? Oh man, I forgot. I gotta. Oh, all right. What's up, Gunther? I can see the chat in here now. Gunther knows what's up. I should have left this up like that. Honestly, here we'll just put you guys up here. I don't care if you see the floor behind me. I don't give a shit. It's just hoodies and guitar pedals. But I do have a shitload of cables here because I was trying to run cables all the way from my computer in there. Oh no, I can hear the cooking. I've already brought the heat down considerably on both of them. By the way, I'm proud of this little phone. This little phone here, I paid $100 for this phone probably 6 years ago, maybe. And it is a tiny little iPhone SE. And I used to take this phone everywhere I went. This phone had a plan on it. Like I have two phones. Well, technically I have three phones, but two of them don't have plans. Anyway, let's smoke this and get back in there, just in case we do get a fire. But anyway, this one just, I would go take it everywhere with me, and I would stream all of my gigs on Twitch or Periscope with this phone. And it literally had like a service plan on it just for these things. Honestly, dude, the smell of the onions, the smell of this chicken, really coming in clutch in here in this spot. Now, do you see all on the bottom of this pan now. This sausage is good, so I'm going to, there's a bowl right here. Fuck, we lost one. Now, here's what we do next. That is cooked. And dude, you know what? This is my house, it's my floor. I'm eating this sausage. So this is going to be loud. Well, maybe not. So what we're doing, I'm going to take this water, roughly 2 cups of water, give or take. And I got this spoon. I'm going to go all around this. And try to get all these little, see that crispity, crunchity, burn water, all that stuff off the bottom of the pan there. And then you see, guys, see how like most of this stuff is coming off now, and now it's in that water, and this water is just now like just fucking flavor juice, man. Nothing but flavor juice. Now when I open this up, what I want to see is like water to start accumulate on the sides maybe of the chicken, to start, see there? I want it to start bubbling up, start to soften up the edges. That's what you wanted to see right there. See the water bubbling up in there? The moisture from the chicken, so it's cooking in its own moisture. Man hot. You can take a look at the other sides of these. See how they're coming apart. See if it's ready to peel apart yet. Probably not. It's not coming apart that easy. It's not ready yet. Usually it'll just come apart kind of sort of like that. This one might be ready to come apart, but there's still a little pink in there. So we're starting to see that chicken's not quite done in there yet. I'll let that go for a bit longer. Let this water steep some, bring that all the way down. All the way down to low. Get this thing plugged back in so we don't have to worry about it going dead on us. So We got all this, got the chicken going. Mumford, we're talking to the YouTube people. We're cooking chicken bog with them. Oh yeah. It's almost, I'll say it's almost going to be ready within the next, who knows, soon. We got some nice onion work happening in here in this water that's stripping off this bottom of the pan. We'll leave that in there for a little bit longer, and then we're gonna eventually pull that apart. We'll get another fork and we'll just literally pull it apart. I could use these, I've got some barbecue pullers, but I don't think that's the move with this stuff. Maybe. Hell yeah. So yeah, I could use those barbecue pullers. I don't know if I didn't tell them the whole secrets, but good Lord, without naming names, did you cry a little bit?
Just happy.
I cried a little bit. I stood back there and just looked out at our little club, and I saw that man walk on that stage, and I got video of the moment that it happened. And I just stood there and I had to compose myself. Because I got, like, Redman was like, hey, go downstairs and get this guy. So immediately I'm like, oh shit. So I went downstairs and we hung out at Happy Chicks for a minute. He walked straight into Happy Chicks. He had just gotten off the plane. And then Ari was there, and they were like, Ari's waiting for us in the back alley. Let's go back there. So we walked around there, and we went up, and just like it was. I went out whenever Ari went on stage to bring him up. I went out when Ari went up, and I told Ray was on the green room door, and I was like, you go watch. So I let Ray go out and not have to sit there the whole time, because I just like being in the room when it happens. But man, dude, him walking on that stage, I ain't never heard that room that loud before. Have you? Pretty crazy. What a treat. Folks, I'm just saying, I don't know, there's no... Alright, we got some steam coming out of this chicken. That means it's making some noise in here. And all of that moisture, that's good. Got the rice going. I never hit start. So the rice wasn't going yet. We never hit start. That's fine. I just ate a bunch of crispy onions on a sausage though. And And you might say, oh, well, all that water's going to take all the flavor out of the chicken. The general cooking of this dish was cooked all in water. Trust me, all your flavors right here and right in here. Chicken's going to be fine. Don't freak out. If you need to use the microwave or anything, feel free. These people may even love it. Looking at the chat, y'all wonder who it is. I would say just, I'm not going to say anything until yeah. All the comics are like the
Roger McCaffrey.
who's that?
He's a local here.
Or they send the list out already?
Yeah,
Was that this morning?
yeah,
I saw like the other comics, like but I didn't know about all the people who like signed up or auditioned or whatever. Maybe I'll tell you who it was at the end of the stream. Maybe by then you will have earned the right to know who it was. Dude, tonight was wild though. Even outside of that, it was like, dude, like Jeremiah was there. The GM of the store was there. You over here? The GM of the store was there. Fucking. Dude, I met Joke World tonight. The Joke World guy. He was there. By the way, shout out Joke World. Homie's all over my algorithm. All over it. What do you need to get? What do you need for me? Any of this stuff can be moved. Yeah, dude, Joke World was cool. Eric Harrington, holy smokes. What's up, dog? How are you doing? Let's give you a wrench. Eric. Eric from Myrtle Beach. Sound man Eric, if I remember correctly. How did it turn out, Mumford? Are you happy with how it turned out?
It's not bad.
Hell yeah, dude. That's good. That's the move. Say it to him.
Hey guys.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's how you'll figure it out. You know how emotional I get on shit? Who would bring me to tears to see in our humble abode? I'm serious, dude. Like, I know, I was standing there and just the gravity, I was looking out at the room, looking at them, and you hear Ari just give the credits. And then when he said the name, it was just like people were in the room like, I can't believe this is happening. The Joke World guy was like, I thought Ari was fucking with us because Ari's Ari. He said, I thought it was a prank.
So Joe Ford wasn't in the dream.
Who?
Joe was not in the dream.
Yeah. No, he not at that point he wasn't. Not at that point, but somebody Like somebody went and got Red Band and told him who he was, and Red Band's a fan of the guy too, so he came in. Give this water another stir. You might can pull the heat all the way out on that. That chicken looks like it's almost ready to pull apart. These are just coming together on the stove. Hell yeah. Walk out. Walking down the back. And him and Ari were walking out. I was like, you guys good? Yes. Alright. And they were like, see you tomorrow. What a crazy thing to say. Good Lord. I don't know. But if he thinks that tomorrow's going to be anything like tonight, he probably will. But tonight was wild. It was packed in there. The room was electric from start to finish. Everything was great. The pre-show crushed. Like it was a wild, wild night. Like all the Moon Tower people in town is just making it absolutely crazy. I believe this water is done about all it's going to do to the bottom of this pan. You see now it's like almost completely separated, so I could probably wash this pan with just the sprayer. And that's how you utilize everything. People made these dishes back in the day because they were very cost effective, but you also use every part of the flavor. There's no parts of this that you can't use. Even the stuck on shit on the bottom of the pan. You want that. So that'll be two, because cast iron is very easy to clean as well. Two pans that can just be cleared out and pretty much rinsed out. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, dude, that baggie that looks like it's got weed in it, Dylan Murray gave me that. It's some Michigan seasoning that's called Alden's. It's literally from the town Alden's named after. Smell it and see if you want to put a pinch of it in there, because it smells pretty aromatic. By all means. Looks pretty good. Shout out Dylan Murray sometimes in the chat. Might be in here lurking now. Bam. Bam. Yeah. Michael Myers that shit. So, once we get to the point to where the chicken is pulled, the sausage is mixed in with it, along with this water, then all we'll have to do is wait for the rice. And I'm thinking this chicken is 100% ready to go, ready to be pulled. All that nice moisture is going to make the rice, instead of it being like a dry rice with like a gravy type on it, the rice is just going to be part of like the whole thing. There won't be the separation like there is with like a white rice and something else. Dude, I was trying to get this shit to work from my room. I ran like USB cables all the way out here and tried to work it. Didn't work. But this old iPhone SE holding its weight. All right. Turn that heat off. Put that back here. Sausage can come over here. And cut that off and move everything to this front burner. Put this front burner there like that. Get another fork. And then we start doing this. And the chicken comes apart like so. Break it first apart in chunks like that, and then it will shred as you pull it like this. And yes, some of those old traditionalists might watch this shit. Say I'm doing it all wrong. It should all be made in one pot. But I've never. This is just my way of doing it, and this is how I get the most success when I make it. This is how it tastes the best. And this is gonna yield so much, dude. This will take me to where I would get probably two and a half meals out of it, because this is only 4 large chicken breasts, 1 small one, and I could eat 3 of these things in a meal. This is gonna stretch this chicken all the way out. An extra day, maybe get an extra meal out of it. But this is how people would eat back then, in the early days of, well, honestly, this has been like a Gullah Geechee dish from South Carolina from years ago that predate the Louisiana Purchase. The Louisiana Cajuns that make Cajun food and like gumbo and stuff, all of those people were relocated from South Carolina after the Louisiana Purchase. A lot of the Gullah Geechee cuisine turned into gumbo and all the stuff that New Orleans is known for actually originated in South Carolina. Fun fact. So you see, I'm not in a big rush about pulling this apart because it's still cooking as I'm pulling it. It takes a little time, but it's worth it. chicken tender guy can be mashed and pulled. He's just falling apart. Did you hear him say maybe I'll move here? You gonna say that shit? That'd be wild, man. So once the chicken gets shredded like this, it'll start to absorb more of that moisture, more of the liquid, which is exactly what we want it to do. And I don't know if you guys are like me, but when I eat my chicken, I like for it to have a nice dark crispy layer on the outside. So to recreate that for all of it after it's pulled apart, that's why we've got this water back here. It's going to be added, and then it's going to simmer in that sausage and onion garlic water. Lord. And I don't know what time we started doing this, but I think we're making pretty good time. And it does take a little time to pull all this chicken apart like this, but I'm promising you that when it comes down to getting chicken in every bite or not, this is going to make the difference in there. When you shred it down to this finely, to where you might get a chunk somewhere here or there, but mostly it's going to be like shredded apart like this. That means you get the chicken in every bite. And that's what I like to create. Some people want the chicken to be sparingly. Usually you'd use one whole chicken for a giant pot of chicken broth, so the chicken isn't in every single bite. But I want every bite of this dish to be delicious, filled with delicious chicken, and that's what we're creating. I feel like I'm fucking Bob Rossing this right now. See that? Just a happy little chicken. Chicken seem a little dry, that's okay. We just add a little water. Got to meet Red Band's sister tonight. Yeah, Red Band's sister was there. It's flesh and blood. She was a sweetheart. Her and Red Band kind of look alike. It was a little strange. It's like, oh, I can see Red Band's face in your face. I didn't tell her that because I don't know. People. All right, so this chicken is pulled apart nicely. So now what we get to do to it is we get to bring all of this beautiful sausage and onions in here. Let me get to mix all of this in here together. Pull the chicken on top of the sausage. It looks like I'm aggressively doing this. I'm not. I'm just pushing. Just pushing the chicken around. You hear that sizzling down there? That's where see all this delicious color and flavor in here. That all goes back in. And look at the pan. See there? We got all of that flavor that you guys saw burn on the bottom of the pan. It's all gone now, and it's in that water back in here, so we didn't lose an ounce of that flavor. Sometimes, guys, dippity-doo in the house. Oh yeah. All right. And just because I want to make this moist AF, I'm going to hit it with a little bit more. Just until I start to see it seep through. That way we keep a lot of the moisture in it, because this chicken is going to soak all of this moisture up. And that's what you want. And also, go back on it with the lid. These forks have done their jobs. Give the surface a good wipe. Holy shit, it's coming together, folks. Right, I should say 10 minutes in a minute now. So you'll see here it's starting to look more like the dish is going to become. So all of this is going to be added to 4 cups of rice. And then all that's going to get mixed together in a big pot, and it'll be done. And all those flavors are going to marry together a little bit better in there now for a little bit longer. That's happening. Tell you what, this ain't going nowhere for a while. How about let's go smoke a little bit? How about let's go smoke a little bit? You gonna say hey to him over?
Hey, everybody.
Remember, this is like Discord days.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, how are you guys doing? Answer the man, don't be rude.
It is a pro cleanup job.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey guys, follow me.
Hey, follow Mumford Davis. Good Lord. Best friend Mumford Davis. At best friend Mumford Davis. Everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
At best friend Mumford Davis. Mumford has a YouTube as well. You should go check him out.
At Mumford Davis.
At Mumford Davis. He's going to start streaming video games soon. Watch out for him. He's going to be coming for you guys.
Yep.
So that means you better be subscribed to him by the time he goes live, or I swear to God, I'll never stream for you again. You'll lose me forever. Hell yeah, Eric. Eric, you're from the land of legit chicken bog, man. Like, because are you? I don't know if you're still in Myrtle. And I forget where you were originally from, but they do be doing the chicken bog in South Carolina. I'm gonna leave all this studio set. By the way, we got like the light of the sun up here, which creates a nice daylight effect, like a nice natural light effect. Yeah, the chicken. You see all that? All that moisture around the edges there. That's what we're looking for. That's what we hope to obtain. And the rice cooker has still got the rotating squares, which means that we're not ready to do the rice yet. So it'll give me a 10-minute warning. Pennsylvania originally. Hell yeah, I remember now. Oh boy. There we go. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Nice to rear back. Oh, by the way, did it work? Yeah, we saved that channel content, videos. Yep. So the secret pre-show for 2/22/24 aired earlier tonight on YouTube. Go check that out when we're done with this. And the Patreon video dropped as well. 2 Patreon videos dropped earlier this week. Hell yeah, thank you, Jason Y. Fun set. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Reply. So yeah, leave a comment on these things. I'll reply to you. I try to reply to about everything. Some of them I miss, but what can you do? I released 2 Patreon videos recently. One of which was an exclusive shower talk that only the Big Puddin' patrons have access to. And that is where I put the things that, like, I unload my mind, certain things that maybe I just want to get off my chest that maybe I shouldn't share. But I kind of unload my get a lot of things off my chest in those shower talks. I've always said that your brain is the clearest. By the way, we're packing a GB. Be prepared. I've always said your brain is the clearest in the shower or when you're driving, because both of those things are kind of like an involuntary function after you've done them for so long. Like everybody showers the same way. You know, you start with the hair, then you go to the face and the ears, and if you have facial hair, you wash that, and then you wash the rest of your body, and you wash the rest of your body, and then you do the dirty business last. Everybody does the same thing. You got your left leg first, then your right leg. But the point is that you always have your own way of doing things, and once you're in that routine, then your brain doesn't have to think about, your motor functions, because your body knows what it's doing. I left my water in there, so we're going back in there. Oh boy. You see what difference the lighting makes? Hold on, let me get this thing. Get some brightness on here. There we go. Now I can see you guys better a little bit whenever we're doing it like that. All right, so most of what we're going to be doing next will happen over here. Just going to get you guys there. And I'm going to show you this pan. You guys remember how dirty it was? We just hit it a couple of rounds with the steel wool. And then hit it with the soapy sponge. And yeah. And it's clean. After all of that sausage and all that sausage and all them onions and all that stuff that was cooked on the bottom of this pan. Bam. Get some white on it for you. There you go. Look at that. Perfect. It just goes back down here. It just goes back down there. Now, okay, we got 5 minutes left on the rice, so we timed that almost perfectly. We're going to use this pot to mix it with. Maybe I shouldn't have moved the rice cooker. I don't know if that's bad. We've got 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and handle the rest of this stuff. I don't know if we need any more water. We're going to save that little Pyrex thing of water. Honestly, we're going to be using this, so we don't need to wash this yet. Balled up paper towel? Guess what? Now you got somewhere to sit your fucking thing. Also, don't be afraid to put your hands in there and break up some of this loose shit on the bottom of something you're washing first. Don't be scared of that. You're washing your hands anyway. Now, as y'all remember, I said we're not going to salt and pepper it yet. I did salt and pepper the chicken. And we've still got all of that flavor in there. So I have not salt and peppered anything else except for the chicken at this point. So what I'm going to do is, once I have the chicken and the rice together, or actually, once the rice is done, I'm gonna season the chicken sausage mixture a little bit. And I did salt the rice, so maybe we'll hold off and taste it first and see, because we might not need any extra seasoning, but just seasoning the chicken for the amount that we're cooking, I have a feeling that we might need to hit it with a little bit more salt. No that the rice is going to get some butter. And we're going to mix it up. And we got a little mixing paddle, our little mixing paddle. Let's give this stuff another mix here. Where them cicadas are singing. Remind you of home. So that's a lot of juice that we got in there. That's what you want. Cover that back up. And then we're gonna mix. This rice cooker should be beeping any second now, if I had to guess. Unless I just have zero concept of time or how long something takes. It feels like it's been about 4 minutes. We should be getting that beep in a second. And I'll need to get something to handle hot things with. There she goes. Now we've got delicious rice. Ooh, delicious rice. We have delicious rice, you see? Now we taste rice. Done. Perfect. Alright, so we do first. I take rice. Power off. And then I gotta find a clean way to get this into the, there we go, into this pot here. Huh? Uh-uh. Holy shit. That steam's funny. Oh, yeah. All right. So the rice before the chicken comes in gets a little bit more butter. Bam. With that, we're going to use the fork. This is a honestly, this is a non-stick thing. I don't want to risk hitting the edge of it. We'll use the paddle to just, oh yeah, give you guys a better view of this. Probably steam you up, but who cares? Yeah, the light's over there. So that butter's in there. Hell yeah. So that tastes nice. The flavor's good on that. Happy with that. Now, this is where the fun begins, folks. This is the moment we've literally waited for. You know what, I need something else. right, guys. This is where all that chicken juice and the sausage and stuff comes in. All that's going in there. And then now I'm going to loosen this stuff up so that it falls out of here a little better. Hopefully. And let's see if we can dump all this shit in here without making a fucking mess. Alright, here we go. Not a complete mess. Come on. Work for me. Don't fuck me over. There you go. You were the one I was worried about. Come on now. Alright. Oh, we lost one. That's okay. It's still on the table. We got him. Oh boy. This is tricky. Here. I lost another sausage. Here we go. All right, now we're cooking with fucking grease. There we go. Oh, God damn it. No more sausages is going in there. I'm saving it. Oh, good Lord. All right, I'm going to put some water in here while it's hot, and it's going to go back on the stove for a little bit to manually clean that bottom. We got one. I ate the sausage off the floor. I'm an animal. Okay. So now I'm going to bring this to where hopefully y'all can see it. I'm going to pull the rice up from the bottom, you see. And then you know what? This is a little flimsy, but this guy's not. There we go. This is what we're looking for. And then you look into the bottom and you find clumps of white rice and you just break them apart and blend them in with everything else. Look over here. That was a big chunker of chicken. You do the same thing with the chicken. You mix it until it seems like there's even amount chicken and rice combination. Always be sure to get the corners of the pot, because that's where they like to hide. And I believe that'll do. So y'all saw how much chicken I used. This is the only pot bigger than this is one they use to cook a horse. So this is a quarter of a horse pot. And this pot's halfway full. And if you see what I mean, when you look closely at this, I don't know how good the camera quality is, but if you look closely, there's not going to be a bite anywhere in this in which you don't get hit with a flavor bomb of the reduced onions and sausage, because we put the water in with this. So every single bite of this, like I got one right here I'm going to take. And just that little scoop on the top right there, I got sausage, chicken, there's an onion I see there, and I just dropped it because the world hates me and wants me to die. But we're going back in here for it. By the way, I'm not digging in here with something I've ate with. This has just been a cooking fork so far. But now I'm gonna eat with it, and this is the bite you want. You see that, folks? This is why we're here. And you know what? Pretty fucking good. And to be honest, with all of the flavors in it, I don't think salt and pepper is needed. Mumford, I know you just ate. Would you like to try a little bit of this and give a review? Just a quick review. It's only going to be hot right now. It's only going to be fresh and hot once. Just a little bit? Yeah? Here. I don't want even, you don't even have to go hard in the paint. Is that enough? You want more than that?
Yeah. Thank you.
So every single bite in this is gonna be full of fucking delicious chicken and incredible rice. How do you think we did?
Oh, it's true.
Right? Every bite. Look at all the chicken in that bite. Yeah, Mike could use a little bit more of seasoning, but I kind of want to appreciate the flavors of everything by itself before I go put anything else on it. Even though it sat in the water for a minute, the sausage still got a snap to it. Look at this. Just a random bite. Sausage, chicken, rice, onions hiding in there.
Sausage does have a snap.
Right? And man, this is it. This is South Carolina chicken box, my version of it. It doesn't, it's generally a one pot dish, but what can you do? Good Lord. All right. Now let's look at the chat. What do you guys think about this? How do you guys feel about this? How do you guys feel about this nonsense that we got going on here? I can tell that I would usually use like a Hillshire Farm sausage, but I use the Hill Country Fare, which is like HEB's generic brand. Even though HEB has its own brand, There's like a brand below that called Hill Country Fare. And Hillshire Farm sausage is better than this. Or the Eckert brand sausage is better than this. And that pot of chicken bog, I'm gonna eat off of that for probably tonight and Friday and Saturday. I'll be finishing off Saturday. Small batch Texas style sausage is good. So HEB's Texas Heritage has smoked sausage that's better than this. That's what I used last time. And this time that I went, they had brisket smoked sausage, but I didn't get that because I think the brisket is just, it's, well, maybe it'll be better because it's got a lot of fat in it. It's like really fatty. So it renders a lot of grease. So we've made it this far. I'm sure that it's not a secret, and the internet maybe have already found out. But, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we got the opportunity, and we have waited for a long time to be able to say the words, the great and powerful Joey Diaz has performed at the Sunset Strip. But tonight was that night where we got to see the great and powerful Joey Diaz. Mumford was there, and I'm here to tell y'all, I get emotional about things. I literally stood by the green room door with literal tears in my eyes. The only time I've ever felt that way was that night Roseanne came to Vulcan. That's the only time I've ever felt that way before. But we got Uncle Joey tonight. And all I got to say is that if you want to get to Spider-Man, you got to go through him. And it's just, like we were standing there. He walked in. I went downstairs to get him and bring him upstairs. And we walked into Happy Chicks. And he sat there for a minute. He sat there and drank water. He brought these two guys with him, just friends of his from Jersey, just like regular dudes that he hangs out with from home. And just the coolest shit on the earth. It's just like random people walking up, and I was like there to make sure nobody got weird. But there was a guy from Canada. He walked up and he was like, "Uncle Joey, I just want to tell you, a huge fan from Canada." And then the guys were just like, "Man, the airport everywhere." And then Joey's like, "Yeah, I know." But yeah, we got to see Uncle Joey tonight. First time, bucket list comedian, loudest I've ever heard the Sunset Strip. I mean, this is hiding this in the middle of this little in the middle of this stream is, how about this? What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? This is hiding somewhere in the middle of this stream. You can't see the video that great, so I don't even feel like it matters to show it. But that's it. And I tell you what. The chicken bog is good. It's gonna last me 2.5 days probably. When I eat so much that the chicken otherwise would literally last me like, I could probably eat all that chicken in a sitting, to be honest. But pulling it all apart, dude, like you see? It's just so much flavor in every bite. It is so good. That being said, this stream has gone on for however long. 2 hours ago we started. I think he did 12 or 13 minutes. Not really, Jason, because chicken bog is these ingredients. Like, it's not a money thing. Like, if I had unlimited funds, I mean, I would still enjoy eating chicken bog because I grew up with it. My grandmother made it. Obviously, she did the traditional way, but these are the ingredients. It's literally just chicken and sausage and rice. Those are the only ingredients you can't miss. Everything else is just like, I don't know, seasoning things. But man, well, if I had unlimited funds, my ass would be door dashing every fucking night. I'd just be stupid. But I don't know. I probably would still cook because I like to cook. It's fun to cook. And I feel like I'm good at it. I like to do things I'm good at. Hell yeah. That being said, down to my last bite. You guys have seen the cooking of the chicken bog. So now what I do is I take this video and I go through it and I make a super edit of the entire thing and cut down 130 minutes worth of things down to 1 minute. And it's tough to do, but I'm good at doing it. And I'm good at doing things that are tough to do. So all that being said, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's actually 3:11. You know what's worse than 9/11? So yeah, that's all we got. This is the chicken bog, and it's delicious. I encourage you to make your own variant of it if you like. You can do anything with it. Like any kind of protein that can be pulled apart like that. that fine. You can do the same process of like keeping it, like searing it first, and then once it starts to produce moisture, to just kind of throw the lid on it and let it continue to do that, and then pull it apart, soak it all together. It's good to do. But crazy fucking night. The lineup was bonkers. We had fucking Jeremiah Watkins was there tonight. A new friend of mine. He hosts a podcast called Trigonometry. Really cool. Francis, I forget his last name. Really cool guy. I met him tonight. He was there. It's like a really popular YouTube channel. He's going to be on JRE on Tuesday. So it's crazy that I met a guy who's going to be on JRE Tuesday. And just, I mean, the night kept getting crazier. Ari Manis was there. Then Joey and Ari were there. It was just crazy that I was like, I was gonna walk him out and make sure nobody bothered him or whatever, but Ari was like, "You got him? You good? You guys good?" And they were like, "Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow." And I don't know if it's the kind of thing where they will see me tomorrow. I think it's just a thing to say. But just the craziest secret show green room of all time. Rachel Wolfson and Matt Edgar were there. Like, just so many people. General manager Richie, I think. General manager of the Comedy Store. Just crazy. The Joke World, shout out Joke World. All over everybody's algorithm. If you watch any comedy thing, Joke World's everywhere. He was there tonight. Really cool guy, nice guy. Anyway, that's all I got for you. This is the Chicken Bog, and it was fucking delicious. Live your lives and roll tide. Night night, everybody. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment for the algorithm.